Hello everybody, welcome on into my stream. I'm DC. How y'all doing? JD Lady, thanks for the resub, and hello. Chrysicon, hello. One moment while I finish setting up. Hope you're all doing good on this fine Friday. Hype Train, woo! Rex, hey, thanks for the resub. 42 months, wow. Thank you, appreciate it. Alright, we got that on. Oh. This on. Look at me, pressing buttons, getting things activated. Yeah. Okay. I hear things. Nice. Alright, the feet warmer. Welcome to my birthday celebration. Yay! And also, you know, that Tech Friday thing. So, let me get through the things like hitting !DC in chat will get you my website and my Blue Sky link. Go to those places. It'll be excellent. Also, affiliate, !AF in chat. First one coming up is for Doris. A beautiful link in bio site. Highly recommend. Check it out using my affiliate link. And if you like what you see and you want to sign up for Doris Pro, use the discount code DC Lasair to get 30% off for 3 whole months. And the other link is for Fantasy Grounds. They're a VTT, and they have a wonderful reader app now in beta. And when you use that affiliate link to make a purchase, a little bit of that goes to me. So yay! Alright. Hope you're all doing good. It is indeed a Friday. Let's see. I think I have everything up. Oh. It's Friday already? I know, right? How dare. But we just had one last week. I know. It's weird how that happens. Okay, that can go away. What'd I just do? Okay, turn that on. Looking at all of these things. Okay, and then other thing. All right, so first thing up. If you would, here's the Blue Sky post to today's show. Please share, give it a like. That'd be fantastic. Also, had official announcement that on April 4th, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, there'll be a charity stream on this very channel. So you can, the meal of many parts. So, you know, check that out. And go and like that post too if you haven't already. That'd be great. All right. What? I wanted to click something. I don't remember what. What was I looking at? This. Yeah. Okay. And pause the music. All right. Here. So that's set. Should be good there. There. Making sure everything's going well all over the place. Okay. There. And make sure I was streaming in all the places that I meant to be streaming. Yay. Foot warmer is indeed warming. That's wonderful. Feels like there was something I needed to check. Fine. Okay, thank you all for the hype train. Really appreciate that. Let's see. All right. Oh, streaming schedule next week. Neck week. It's neck week. If you have a neck, celebrate that. Next week on stream. Should be a regular streaming week. Monday is my birthday, so we'll be celebrating, throwing confetti, maybe cake. I have no idea. It'll be fun. Come on in. And today, because my birthday's on a Monday, I'm like, well, why not just celebrate the whole weekend? So we're doing that. Look, confetti. Yay. Oh, I can make confetti more big. Woo. Confetti more big. DC is starting a workout YouTube channel is going to get yoked, right? Confetti! Yay! All right. Well, welcome on in, everybody. Today is another fantastic Tech Friday. We're going to be going over the Obsidian Web Clipper Reader function. That's a mouthful. And what's new in macOS 26.4. All right. Let's get into it. Neck week, peck week. Let's get to those games. Thanks, Rex. First up is the Obsidian Web Clipper. We talk about Obsidian. Okay, I talk about Obsidian all the time. It is one of my favorite apps currently. There's the link, obsidian.md. And they have this other thing called the Web Clipper. And it's very handy. And you can use it with multiple browsers. So it's available as an extension for Chrome, Safari, Firefox, Edge, Brave, Arc, Orion, Vivaldi. So even if none of those are your main browser, I do suggest just installing one of those browsers and making it your Web Clipper browser. But there's a feature in Obsidian Web Clipper that I want to highlight. And all you need is the Web Clipper extension. You don't actually need to download Obsidian for this feature to work. You just need the Web Clipper extension. So once you install the extension in however the browser of your choice handles extensions, Go to the demo window. I'm on Ars Technica, by the way, because it's a site I visit often. And we'll give them a shout. We're going to be using an Ars Technica article for an example here. So you notice up in this corner here, I have this little obsidian rock here saying that here's the web clipper, right? I give it access to the site. And I'm going to pick an article. Let's pick this one. No one is happy with NASA's new idea for private space stations. And, you know, you go through, you can see all the ads and everything. And you get the article. That's great. And pictures. Now, normally, Obsidian Web Clipper, you click. It opens up this little window. These are properties that appear in Obsidian. So you get the author, where the article came from, the title. You can change these. And then here is all the sort of, you know, here's the HTTPS thing. And you get all this info, the little ad choices thing. This will basically clip the web page as is, but you can also delete stuff. So if I don't want to see ad choice and advertising when I clip this into Obsidian, I just, you know, well, that's going a bit hard, but I select the word, I just delete it, and now those won't appear in my Obsidian Note version of the web page. So I can do that either before or after I get the Obsidian Note in. Right, and it makes a nice little thing in Obsidian. And you just click Add to Obsidian, and it will add it. Real easy to use. However, there's also a bunch of features up here. So you can page variables. You can look at that if you want to view there. This is what we're going to talk about. This little open book symbol. This is the reader. This is the fantastic thing. There's a enable highlighter. We'll go through that. You can open in a page, and there's more settings. So the new thing is this right here, the reader. Now, when I click this, this is where the magic happens. It opens up a new link. Here's that same article on Ars Technica. Notice we have these words here, but most of the rest of the ads are gone. The pictures are out. But if you just want a clean view, oh, nope, the pictures are still here. So yay, you get the article pictures without the ads. So if you want a clean view of the article, click on that reader thing. It'll open up the article in a browser. And down here, it even tells you Obsidian Reader, how many words, parsed in 34 milliseconds. I don't know how accurate the word count is because I'm not going to count 1,903 words or thereabouts to see if that's really what there is. And you notice you even get navigation through the article if they decide to make headings. So you get the pictures, you get the article stripped of all the extra junk. There's no background, anything. You get the pictures that they include with the article. So this one has evolutionary assembly. I can increase it wherever I want. And right now, you'll notice this is in my browser. Well, what can I do with this? Well, go back to the web clipper icon. And then what I can do is go here. And I can either copy this to a clipboard or I can save this as a file. So I'm going to switch out here to save the file. And Okay, it wants me to save the file. It'll save it as a markdown file. Let's save it here. Let me make a new folder real quick, and so I can show you all this. Okay, so made a new folder. Here it is. Here's the title of the article. It's at .md, so it's a markdown file. And then just click the save button as you would. It saves it. Tells you, that it saved it. It'll appear in your saved document. And then when I open this up, let's go to I have to check my notepad real quick. Add a thing, close a thing. And sorry, I gotta hide some information here and there, so wait, what happened? Reader view. Sorry. Problems. Hold on. Fixing. Let's see here. Doing it live means weird things happen sometimes. And you just gotta go with it. Let's see. Sorry, it's weirdness on my end. Nothing the reader is doing. All right, there we go. And so it saves it as a markdown file. And then I just drag that into Obsidian. You can also open it in Notepad. You probably won't get the picture. But when you open it in Obsidian, you get this nice view. It preserves the links. So it'll activate the links for you. It'll keep those. And, here's the picture. Everything. And if we open up the side view, we have I have this, I always have my side view and outline view. So here we have the three things we saw for. So if you have a markdown editor, it looks really nice. You can see it here. Right down here. This is what I just saved out. And I added it to Obsidian, no problem. So yeah, I really like that. Hey, Springleaf! Perfect time for more Obsidian, yeah! So I really like the Reader app. It's pretty fantastic. Being able to get a nice, clean view of a website is pretty great. Oh, that's not what I wanted. And just to kind of show off the difference here. Let's see. One moment while I take a look at a thing. So yeah, you get a wonderful, clean reader view of an article. Gets rid of all the distractions around something. Go to Engadget. Here's an article about the PS5 getting more expensive. And again, go here. Click Reader. Here we go. There's the pictures. There's the thing. Nice, clean experience. Even, again, it preserves the links if there's links. So you can always click those, get the more info. And if you enable highlighter, you can highlight whole paragraphs. And you can clip the highlights. You can also just highlight, one little bit. You don't have to highlight the whole paragraph every time. You just click and drag the mouse. And then when you export this out, it will if you open it in, say, Obsidian or a proper Markdown reader, this highlighting will be preserved for you. And then if I want to get rid of the highlights, I just click that, click the X again, and I'm back to normal reading. So yeah, so instead of adding to Obsidian, just make sure you click the down arrow, copy to clipboard, or save the file out. And you get this very, very clean view of whatever you're reading. And this is incredibly useful. I like that it gets rid of all the background stuff that could be distracting. You know, the ads disappear, and you're just working largely with the text, and all the links work. So, you know, I want to know about the Steam Deck. I click there, it opens up the Steam Deck article. Then, oh, I want this in reader view too. Go here, click the reader icon. Now I have this article in the reader view. This can also work wonderfully depending on how it's coded, but for TTRPG articles and things like that, if you want to read them. And they're online, they have a web portal. And you just want to kind of be free of all the distractions around it. Just click on the reader. Anything that has a URL, you can give it a reader mode. And have this fantastic view. Very little fuss. So that's one of my new favorite things. Again, you don't need Obsidian to use it. You just gotta have a browser that supports a web clipper, the Obsidian web clipper. And then you can download the file or copy the text and paste it somewhere. And have a nice reading experience. So yeah, I wanted to show that off because I thought that was great. It's one of my new favorite things. Oh, I accidentally closed out the Tech Friday Obsidian Vault. Didn't mean to do that. I need that. That's my notes for today. Can't function without my notes. I mean, I could try, but we'd be here a while. All right. Oh, and if you want, I have fancy instructional blue sky post about the reader. So take a look at that. And that goes through step by step how to use it. There's even pictures and alt text. All right. So, next up, let me get this up in another browser. All right, next up, macOS had an update to 26.4. This article is on 9 to 5 Mac. All about what's going on. And as we can see, lots of new features, bug fix. You get 8 new emoji. Oh boy, here they are. This is kind of nice that if you have an older Mac, they're like, hey, Intel-based apps, they're not going to work anymore. They open a Rosetta-dependent app. There's also this cool feature, which is a charge limit. And you'll probably want to set this down if you leave your laptop plugged in, because something about the battery, if it's always going to 100%, it'll wear the battery down faster. But if you keep it to 80%, your Mac battery will last longer. Something called Freeform, and you can subscribe to a Creator Studio. That uses AI, so we ignore it. macOS 26.4 also adds the compact tab layout in Safari. So if you use Safari, there's how you can get a compact tab view. And reminders. Marking reminders urgent via keyboard shortcut. Can also filter urgent reminders at Smart Lists. Here's a pretty good one. Purchase sharing. Family sharing will no longer require all purchases to be charged to the credit card of the family organizer. So someone else in your family can put in their credit card. They'll still be on the family plan, but if they want a particular app, it will be charged to them and not to the main family account, or the account you put the family sharing thing on. And another great one, subtitles and captions. Your real-time preview available directly from the captions icon, and they're easier to find when viewing media. So some great upgrades to macOS 26.4. Can check those out. Pretty fantastic. Be useful for pulling lore into my campaign notes from various sources. Yeah. So let me show something off here. I'm going to use the basic rules on D&D Beyond. Want to look at the Ranger, please. So is it going to pull in everything every time? Probably. Oh, I see why it does it. So I'm on the Dungeons & Dragons D&D Beyond Basic Rules, so the free rules, so I'm not breaking any copyright things or anything. I activate the reader portion, and I get this. And I chose the character classes chapter, and now here they all are here on the side. And, you know, the monk features, it's all here. And then if I just want Ranger, I click Ranger. Now I'm on here, and notice how it makes this into a nice table. Look how nice that table is. It gives you description. Again, it preserves all the links. So if you just wanted this stuff, you can always just copy and paste what you want. But nice table organization. Normally you don't get such nice tables out of like a web clipping thing and pulling it into Obsidian, for example. But this does it really well. Especially with the 2024 rules, the D&D Beyond team seems to have made it look real nice with markdown files, or in that you can use markdown type files with it. But yeah, it's all here. Again, these are the D&D Beyond basic rules, so free for everybody. You can look at these yourself right now. And what it's going to do is it's going to take that whole chapter you clicked on. So if you want a specific part of a chapter, you're going to have to click it. Like if I just wanted Barbarian and go through and, copy and just paste that. But you can do it. So, if you use Demiplane or Roll20, anywhere that gives you a URL that you can have your rules in, you can use the Obsidian Web Clipper Reader thing. And it's a pretty fantastic experience. I know I'll be taking advantages of it, like Rex says, for pulling lore into my campaign notes from various sources. As long as there's a URL and I can use the web clipper with it, fantastic. So yeah, any sources you have on Demiplane or you can access on Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds. Again, it just needs a URL, and it doesn't make you go through any sort of authentication process or anything because you've already authenticated with the website once you're in. So if it's material you have access to, you have access to it. The Reader app doesn't take that away from you, or the Reader view doesn't take that away from you. At least as far as I've done it. I mean, I obviously haven't tested every single weird login instance that there could be, but it does a fantastic job. And really, when I just need something to be distraction-free, it's great. Web Clipper, the Obsidian Web Clipper is also available for mobile devices. As well, it keeps everything, all your clip content is stored locally. So if you put it into your Obsidian vault, since your Obsidian is a local app, everything stays with you. But yeah, the Reader app is pretty fantastic, even if you don't use Obsidian. But you should totally be using Obsidian. I don't know why you wouldn't. Okay, I know, but I'm gonna say you should use Obsidian. Just the thing. All right, so that We've gone over the Obsidian Web Clipper Reader thing. macOS 26.4. All right, there's a couple of open source things that I saw articles on this week that I found interesting. And let me get those open. So the first thing is this Fossify calendar, which is relatively new. In fact, if you go to their main website, it's still under construction. But here is the GitHub. For it. It is basically an open source simple calendar with events, customizable widgets, and no ads. You can get it on Google Play, F-Droid, or Izzy on Droid. And you can see their main website. Welcome to Fossify. Website are in construction. Please check back later. They have more apps. But the calendar is interesting. I'm not sure what's involved in installing it. You might have to run a Docker container or something like that. So I found it interesting, even if I don't want to bother going through the steps to install it unless I can just download a .exe or .msi and have it run. Same thing with this other app. About to say, there's a little pinging noise happening. I don't know what that is. There is another one called Pake, P-A-K-E, and you do have to install another tool. You can download ready-made packages. Never mind. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, I see. It automatically has some stuff that is with no environment setup required. Okay, so there is some setup, but if you want to convert a website into a little desktop app, and you're good with some programming skills, you can check this out. There's the GitHub. For that, I'm like, that's a cool idea. And it supports macOS, Windows, and Linux. So if you know how to install these things with the command line and all that, go for it. All right. Now going into a TTRPG thing that is not part of our normal TTRPG discussion during the second part of the show. It's a new sound tool called Tabletone. It's another interactive audio type thing. You can download it through the Apple App Store or Google Play. There's even a Windows beta for it. And the app is free, and basically you buy the sound packs you want to use for it. Let's see, did that get right? Yeah. Right. So I'm just trying to get to images of... There are some really good images of what you can do with it. Maybe how it works. Yeah, here we go. So this is in their how table tone works. Quick start guide, key features. This is why, like, they have a location and situation wheel. So forest, tavern, dungeon, justice situation. You can make it relaxed, suspenseful, action. You have this easy to use wheel. You know, you're in the tavern and you want relaxed. It's just a couple little clicks. You also have intensity and mood sliders. And a simple sound wheel. So, you know, Fireball, my favorite. Warhammer, you can, you know, get all these neat little options in a simple use interface on your phone. And then global ambiances. Skirmish, rain, campfire, eerie whispers. So this looks like a really easy way to add sound into your TTRPG section. Let's go to the online store. Take a look at how much stuff is. So you can get a complete season pass and 2025 complete season pass in phase 1, $246. So this is everything they did last year. Or you can just get their phase 1 season pass. It includes this stuff. 56. If you just want a bundle, 35, 60, 71. You know, it just depends what you want. And then there's theme packs. So we can look at the theme packs. So if you want Dark and Monstrous, that's only $24. So if I click Twilight Grove, for example, it shows me that, you know, it comes in a fantasy bundle, 25% off with all those. I get this, and here's some of the options I get with it. And there's even a sample. And then down here, it gives you what it gives. So go through what the packs have in them and determine if that's what you need, if this is an affordable option for you. I think it looks pretty cool. I haven't had a chance to try it out yet. So, but if you do, let me know. I thought it was a neat idea. I really liked the, let's see what they just have for fantasy packs. You know, so if you just want spell sounds, there's a whole bunch of spell sounds. Burning Hand, Scorching Ray, all these. I thought the little wheels you can use to automatically adjust the tone of the space was pretty cool. Kind of an easy, no-nonsense way of handling those adjustments to the soundscape. So yeah, give that a look. See if it is something you would like. Why didn't that go? Oh, there we go. So yeah, doesn't have all the knobs and dial. It doesn't look like it has as many knob and dials as you'd get out of, say, if you went for Sirenscape. But I think it could be good enough for a lot of people. So yeah, wanted to make sure you all knew about that. Let's see, is there anything else I wanted to go over for today? All right, so that does it for this week's Tech Friday. If you're watching this later on YouTube, thanks for being here. I'll see you next week. Click like and subscribe and check out my other videos. That'd be great. Like and subscribe would be down there, and the other videos and things will be either here or here. You know, one of those. Choose those. And come by next week for more Tech Friday. If you're joining me live and you're watching this live on Twitch and live on YouTube, there's more to come. Yay! So stay tuned. We're going to kick back, relax, have a pre-birthday celebration, and look at articles and stuff like that. So staying tuned. Yay! Thank you. We're going to take a break, be about 5 minutes so I can run some ads, keep the pre-rolls away, and then probably talk more about Obsidian, because what else am I going to do? All right, be right back. Stay tuned. All right, welcome on back, everybody. How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Once again, double checking a thing here. This is the portion of the stream where we relax, sit back, enjoy. Again, it's pre-birthday celebration. My birthday is on Monday, so I might as well celebrate all weekend long, right? Get the confetti going again. Yay! And move my tabs over. So, if you want to talk about anything, let me know. Yes, you should, and happy birthday. Thanks. See if there's any other articles we can look at. So tomorrow is a local toy show. I'm going to that. It happens twice a year, so and because I'm a collector, I usually go. And sometimes they have a couple of the vendors will have TTRPG stuff, like old D&D books and things. Not all the time, so you know it's kind of rolling the dice on that one. But when they do, oh boy. Mostly I collect tin toys. That can get real expensive, so you know I generally have my budget limit, and I don't have any of the real expensive ones, but I have quite a few over there on a shelf. Specifically if they have to do with space or a robot, or sometimes just a cool looking robot toy, because I like robots and mechs and things. I was seeing if this was the notebook with that picture in it. Or, you know, they have a box of Ultramans, and I show you a weird picture of the box of Ultraman figures. And then after the toy show, I'm running another home game session. We're still playing Shadow Dark. I kind of want to try Dragon's Bane as well, maybe for just a couple sessions. Eventually we'll get back to D&D because we all kind of like D&D and what I tend to DM online, and one of my friends runs games at conventions for Baldwin Games, so you know, playing D&D is just a natural thing for us. You know, we gotta do it, but we do like playing other multiple role-playing games. Dragonbane seems interesting. It's a roll under system, but I may we're playing Shadow Dark right now, may get away from the fantasy games and try a different style of game for a little bit. So like the Rivers of London game, or something, or one of the mech games I have, something like that. Because, hey, Smolecule, welcome on it. Thank you for the gift subs. That's amazing. Holy cow, Smolecule. Welcome on in. Happy Friday indeed. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Good to see you. we're in the part of the day where, or part of the show where we relax and ease into our weekend and talk about whatever's on our minds. And if it has to do with tech, TTRPGs, or stationary things, all the better. Or Obsidian. So hope you're doing well. Have I played any good solo TTRPGs recently? I am going to be getting into solo TTRPGs. It'll be a regular thing on my channel. I have picked up a few. I've picked up the ones I want to start with. So, oh, that's not it. Where did I put it? 1 second. Is it over there? Might be over there. One moment. Let me go grab it. So, my idea is I have a space in my... I have a space in Obsidian Notes all set up for my solo TTRPG plays, and that's where I'll record the information like decisions made and cards drawn, things like that. So I have a record of what's going on. And I decided I wanted to create a character and give this... I'll do this on a future stream. And we give this character some traits that can be applied to them, and then they travel these various universes and have adventures in them, all using solo TTRPGs. So the first one we're going to do is this one. I'm really liking the Librarian's Apprentice. This is a great package. Solo journaling game in an infinite library. So our person is going to start off, they're going to start their journey here as a librarian's apprentice. It comes with these handy bookmarks for your apprentice that function as like little character sheets. And then each part of the game is these little fold-out thingies. Like this is volume 1. So you have, you know, acknowledgements, basics of the game, that kind of thing. And it has so the rules are volume 1, 2, and 3 of all of these tell you how to play the game. It's an awesome package. I really love how they designed this. You even get a little card saying that you're deemed an apprentice librarian of the Great Library with all applicable privileges and responsibilities, subject to the rules and regulations of the library. So I figured we'd start with that, looking up things, finding out about different worlds, so we have a base to have this character go on these different journeys. So we're going to start with this, see where this takes us. And then I thought it'd be neat to go through this one called Mythomorphosis. And it's a collaborative storytelling tabletop role-playing game about how stories change over generations. So you create a myth, and you decide how that story evolves over generations. And then we take those stories, and we apply those to this game, a solo and cooperative map drawing game called Ex Novo. Let me turn off my green screen a second. Where this is a map drawing game. So that would kind of be the first 3 things we go for. And so I'm gonna have my overhead camera up so I can display what page of the rules I'm on, and I'll probably have a capture of the Obsidian note, so that when I draw a card or roll a die to whatever it needs, I have a tarot deck, and I have a couple deck of playing cards plus all the dice, so I should be set with. Plus, I got some books of random generators too, so I should be set there for things. But I did get a couple other ones the other day. This is a collection of solo adventuring games called Alone on a Journey. Oh. There we go. Alone on a Journey. So there's a bunch of them in here. Great little book. And then, since I really like folk horror, I had to get a folk horror one. This is called Carved by the Garden. 1 to 3 hour session. So if you like folk horror. Now, I don't know if I'll use any of these in the journey of our character for these. Maybe. We'll see. See how the character develops, right? So I have a character that will grow and change over time, going through different worlds and things like that, and I think that would be a cool idea. So we kind of have this semi-consistent lens of a character to look at all these different worlds through. Oh, I picked this up. Green screen off again. I picked this up the other day at, I think this was at Barnes & Noble, but the Game Master's Guide to Fantasy Map Making. It should be pretty good. Esoterica, hello, welcome on in. Yeah, you got a gift sub, yay! So this is a nice sized book. So yeah, that's my solo RPG idea. Well, I'll get to it sometime this year yet. One of the things that I want to do, one of my goals, as long as I start it sometime this year. I got a few months yet. One of my other goals is to make like a digital version of an e-zine, and they just opened up beta access to a thing, and I might use it. I'm still considering what I want to use, but there's this nice looking site called Offprint. And it uses the app protocol, so the same protocol Blue Sky uses. And so the idea is to have a spot that's independent and decentralized, and I could also make newsletters and websites. So this looked pretty good. I just got my beta invite today, this morning. I haven't had time to look at it yet. But this is definitely one of the sites I'm looking at. I'm considering using for that. So if you go there, you can it's an open beta, so you can sign up for it right now. They plan on offering some paid services like a newsletter and analytics and things like that. So I am going to try it, see what happens. I'm looking at a couple of different solutions for this, but that's definitely what I like about sites like Offprint, or even there's another one called Leaflet. What I like about those is that since they all use the app protocol, and Leaflet and Offprint and another service are trying to create standards so we can kind of move things between platforms without a lot of fuss. And seeing how the app protocol stuff has been developing, it's been kind of one of those little interesting side things I've been looking at. All right, let's see what articles Engadget has for us. Oh, Engadget has an article. Crunchyroll is now available as a channel in the Apple TV app. So there's that article if you want to check it out. Oh, what's this? Okay. Another article on Engadget. The Mac Pro, not the MacBook Pro, that's still available, but the Mac Pro has been discontinued. And excuse me. So the cheese grater tower is no more. So right now the Mac Studio is the top of the line. All right. Let's look at some TTRPG news, see if there's anything. Oh, D&D Beyond has a new character quick builder thing. You can read about it here on EN World. It's pretty nice. There's an article about it. Or if you want to try it out for yourself, just go to D&D Beyond. Mac Studio has a smaller cheese grater. Awesome. So check that out. I used it to make a character the other day. It was fun. There's still a couple tweaks here and there. I think it needs, but those are well-known comments at this point. Also, during GaryCon, we have the announcement of Luke Gygax and WotC working together, and there'll be a book called Melf's Guide to Greyhawk. So we're expanding Greyhawk. Let's see, what else do we have? All right, not much there. All right. Oh, Sly Flourish, who makes the Lazy DM's prep guide or whatever it was called. Why can't all the books? Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master is a really excellent book about DMing. You want to, but there's a sale until April 1st, and you can get Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master as a PDF EPUB hardcover for half off. it's a really good book of advice. It has kind of an 8-step guide for lightweight game preparation, and it's one of the things that inspired my TTRPG vault that you'll all get to see someday. And let's see. Looking if there's any sales or anything. Let's turn off the confetti for a little bit. Doo-doo-doo. I did mention Dragon's Bane earlier, and that is on Free League Publishing. They put out the Dragon's Bane stuff. So here's their website for that. Quite a few books. Here the starter set's pretty good. It's a roll under system, so you roll the d20, you gotta get under the score to succeed. There's no bonuses or anything. There isn't like a +5 to whatever. It's just whatever your score is, and you roll under it to succeed at the task. You roll a d20. So it seems like an interesting system. At least try. I just lost a headphone. There it is. No headphone. Do not. Vancouver by night. Hello. Welcome on in. Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Y'all, if you want to know about World of Darkness stuff and see some wonderful World of Darkness games, go check out Vancouver by Night YouTube and Twitch channels and everything. They do wonderful things. I even got to run a werewolf game for them, so that was pretty cool. I like that experience. Let's see. Do-do-do. Oh, if you want, you're looking at a, oh, let's shrink down this URL here. Doesn't need all this stuff. This is a Blue Sky post. So the Cosmere RPG, the underlying system that's kind of powering it, they call it Plot Weaver, and Plot Weaver is being developed as a system neutral thing. So if you want more info on that, here's a Blue Sky post about it. And Johnny O'Neill is the co-founder of Brotherwise Games. All right, we got a lot of time left. Again, conversation is open. Anything we talked about during Tech Friday, any TTRPG stuff. If there's stationary stuff you want to talk about, discovered a favorite pen or journal, let me know. Or you like a pocket notebook. I've been looking at foldable keyboards recently, trying to figure out what one to get. Like small keyboards, mini keyboards. And then I have a tablet, but I kind of want to just shut everything down off. And because I write everything in Obsidian, I put Obsidian down, and it'd be like my writing tablet. And instead of spending $500 on a writer deck, I just, spent way less on this tablet plus a foldable keyboard. And then I have my concentrated writing system thing I can, take with me or just put on a desk. And not have such a tiny screen either. I like the idea of writer decks and things like that, but they cost a lot, and the screens are tiny. So instead of getting one of those, I got a nice tablet and foldable keyboard. Yeah, the tiny screen is a no for me. Yeah. Basically, my big battle is because I hate trackpads. This is just a personal thing. I know people can use them. I really like the trackpads on Macs and things. Trackpads are still terrible, but the Mac ones seem to be the best ones. But if I want to just, because I'm more focused on writing, if I want a foldable keyboard with a trackpad on the side, or do I want to also carry a mouse? And I think I may put up with the trackpad, just to have two things with me. I have the tablet and the foldable keyboard, and that's it. I don't need the keyboard, the mouse, and the screen. But yeah, I don't like trackpads at all. Interface, mostly it I've always, every time I try a trackpad, except for the ones on like the MacBook Air and things, except for those, I always have some frustration with them. I'm like, I just need a mouse. Yeah, I'm not trying to say there's anything wrong with liking them or anything. It's really a personal preference. You know, it's not going to be a thing I'm going to go like, you should be using Obsidian. Why aren't you using Obsidian? You like trackpads. That, you know, you like trackpads. But if you're not using Obsidian, you should be using Obsidian. So, you know, differences of opinions on things there. Okay. Some opinions are more right than others. Anyway, portable keyboards. Let's see. I'm trying to find where I put those links. They're in my Discord somewhere. There we go. So I was looking at Samsur's one, and it's a backlit keyboard, but that would require a mouse as well. But right now, the winner might be this one by Nilikin. Their Cube Pocket Foldable Keyboard with touchpad, because you can also convert the press a button and the touchpad becomes a numpad, which I like. I like my numpads. Because that's like how mine is. Yeah, I was about to say, because JD Lady showed me a picture of one that they have, and it has a numpad, and I kind of went, ooh, that's a numpad. I need a numpad, but it's also handy to have the trackpad, not for general use, but in case your mouse stops working. Ah. Yeah, I figure if I'm just using the trackpad to move around, that's fine. And if I really need a mouse, I do already have a Bluetooth mouse. I don't really need to buy another mouse. I can just use that one. But yeah, so I might go for this Nilikin. There's a couple others I was looking at, but I think something closer to a full-size keyboard will be better for me. You know, maybe a little smaller. I can't. If it's too crowded, it's no good. But I was looking at some of the even smaller keyboards and considering one of those, but I don't know. It might be too tiny. And there are some keyboard designs I look at and I'm like, nope, that one's definitely not for me. And then I was reading Reddit about various foldable keyboards. And some of them, because of the way they're designed, the space bar isn't center, it's like slightly off, and that throws some people. I'm like, oh, I wouldn't like that. So now I'm also looking at these foldable and small keyboards. I'm like, okay, is the space bar centered? Would I still hit it with one of my thumbs? Foldable one from Gold Touch that splits the spacebar perfectly in half. Nice. Let's see here. Gold Touch. Oh, here we go. I've never heard of them. Ooh, they have a lot. They can have a mini Bluetooth keyboard. Ooh. Molecule, you have VIP, so if you can find a link to the one you have, but this is one I'm looking at. Doesn't have the trackpad, numpad thing. I had not heard of this company. Thank you, Molecule. You have the Go series. Okay. Oh, okay. So here's the Go 2. Oh, this gets fancy. And it's adjustable. Wow. Okay. Adjustable height. Or, no, adjustable horizontal and vertical. Yeah, nice. Keep mine at that tented position. It's so comfy. Ooh. Ooh. Make picture bigger. Increase size, please. I gotta increase the size of the website. Sorry, I'm leaning in to look at the keys, the picture of all the keys. All right, zoom back out to normal zoom. Keys are quiet and low profile, affects exactly what my hands and wrists needs. Awesome. Oh, okay, there's the tented position. Nice. And can split. Okay, I do like you can put it at that the tented position can be at different angles and things like that. That's pretty clever. You really need the keypad? They're sold separately? Oh, nice. Oh yeah, numeric keypads. Look at that. Nice to use when it's necessary, and then all other times I keep it tucked away elsewhere. All right. I gotta figure out what the difference is between the... There seems to be two versions of the Go-To keyboard. They're not really telling me what the difference is. Oh, is one just slightly smaller? Okay, I still don't understand the difference, why one is $20 more than the other. Probably size. That's a pretty nice one, though. The Peapod mini Bluetooth keyboard they have is pretty... Oh, one is wired, the other is Bluetooth? Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Right there. Yeah, one is Bluetooth, one isn't. Okay, got it. I have to say, this mini Bluetooth keyboard is kind of adorable, though. I like they have a like a MacBook size comparison next to it. That's real handy. One of them. But yeah, okay, the large one looks like it folds up real nice. Yeah. Okay. I do like the versatility offered with the larger one. Yeah, it looks like folding closed. That's pretty good too. Well, thanks, Molecule. I hadn't heard of this company before. Well, now I have other things to look at. I'll put this in the Discord. Only knew about them from an Ergo eval I had years ago at my workplace. Ooh, nice. Let's see. Oh, before I wrap things up, the MacBook Neo continues to get positive reviews everywhere, and people are putting it through its paces. So there's tons of reviews out of this thing, and you can see where it's useful, and it does a lot more than people are expecting it to do. So yeah, if you need a new laptop or something, seriously consider that MacBook Neo. Unless you need to be on Windows for some reason, which is also perfectly valid. But as far as a travel computer, I think the Neo is gonna win out a lot of times. And I said this last week, but especially because there are a lot of apps out there that you're not locked into the Apple ecosystem. Like, you know, Obsidian is free on everything. A lot of stuff on the website. You know, you can get, I think, LibreOffice, and OpenOffice, or only Office. Sorry, not OpenOffice. Only Office. And LibreOffice. And so there's a lot of apps you can just that you use that are so cross-platform that. And if you need Microsoft Office, well, there's a Mac version of those apps too. So I think the MacBook Neo will make a lot of sense to a lot of people. Emergency meeting was total crap. Oh, sorry, Chris. Glad you made it through, though. See, there's an announcement here. Okay. Oh, before we wrap up, let me... Oh, just a reminder that talking about Obsidian, and you might need to do, you'll need to do this for this version anyway. You'll want to update Obsidian, and then you'll want to download the installer off the obsidian.md website, because that has some new stuff in it too. And then the app is clever enough that won't overwrite the install. It'll just modify what it needs to modify. So 2 things: click update in the app, and also re-download the new installer. Let that run, and then everything you use on Obsidian, if you're interested in, especially if you're interested in the CLI, everything should run fine. But let's see if there's any... any new community plugins. Someone gave a host the wrong name, so it didn't work properly. Oh. Okay, somebody made a calendar bases view. Can't bases run a calendar now? Anyway, if you're interested in that, here is the GitHub for that. Again, I just saw this right now, so I haven't used it yet. And it uses, you also need the full calendar plugin as well to run that. So that's something you're interested in checking out. I thought calendar view was going to be added to bases natively. That might still be coming. Okay, this is kind of neat. It's a new plugin. Doesn't have a lot of attention on it. But this person has made something called Card Forge, which lets you take a note and kind of make it into a card that you can print out. So they have an example. I don't know what RPG this is from, but they have a fighter path, and then they have, you know, some fighter stats on it, and that's kind of cool. Rendered as a 2.5 by 3.5 poker card, and you can customize the card with some properties. So that's a neat idea. That's a very TTRPG friendly community plugin. Might have to take advantage of that sometime. Alright, it is time to go. Let's see who's on we can send a raid over to. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for the resubs. Let's see here. Rex, JD Lady, thanks for the resub. Smolecule, thanks for all the gift subs. Appreciate it. Again, I'll be back on Monday for my birthday celebration. I'm doing just having a birthday weekend. Again, my birthday Monday the 30th, so we'll be back playing more Bravely Default, and I don't know what else I'll be doing, but we'll do something fun all together. It'll be great. Looking forward to the toy show tomorrow. Oops. Let's see here. And because I'll be at the toy show and running my game, I may not be around too much tomorrow. You may not see me in the usual places. Alright, yeah, Luke McKay's on, doing drawing, and has the squirrel cam up. So we'll go right into Luke. Alright, so next week, regular week, and then April 4th, which isn't that far away. Charity stream on this channel, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. Come on by. It'll be great. There'll be a chaos wheel like in the last charity stream, but you can... But I'm using a different program for the spinning wheel. So there'll be a donation incentives where you can add things to the wheel. So there'll be a donation incentive to spin the wheel and one to add an option to the wheel. So that ought to be pretty fun. Alright, let's go say hi to Luke. Thank you all for being here. Please be kind to yourself, be kind to each other, and I will see you all on Monday. Have a great weekend. Stay tuned for the raid.